Greetings and welcome to Prof. Neil. This is a special Friday. Greetings for Vijayadashmi and Dusshera. Every dark cloud has a silver lining, so they say. Let's look at the COVID pandemic as a dark cloud and the silver linings in it. We all suffered losses all across the world. Individually, that is, in terms of personally, we lost friends, relatives, family, kith and kin. I mean, the losses are immeasurable. We can talk till the cows come home on that. Professionally, we lost jobs, careers, money, businesses closed down, people got retrenched. We can talk about all this, but why don't you look at the silver linings? And let's look at the silver linings now. Once the logistics of travel and tour and travel and transport were shut down, that is the flights, the rail, and the road transport and the ships. The earth, the water, and the sky, air became cleaner. Our children got a whiff of a pollution-free world which we owe them for their lives. But we could only give them that for a whiff, for a time, because of the pandemic. And dolphins frolicking on the edges of coastal cities, what a beautiful sight. Birds of all colors, sizes, and shapes, and whatever, whatever what you have. We could hear them, we could see them in our near our households. They had long gone back. Now they came back. Nature finding its balance with sparrows flitting in and out of households. I've seen sparrows as a child in the 1970s. The first time seeing them after so many years. A beautiful sight. They're coming in and out, chirping away to glory, in and out of households. Nature finding its balance. The ancient practice of contactless greeting. For example, the Indian Namaskar, both palms clasped at the and with here at the chin, head slightly bowed down. Unsaid, it conveys a message to the other person. I bow down to the God in you. Became the practice all over the world. The Asian practice of removing the footwear outside the house or the office, washing the face, the hands, and the feet, gained currency. The world sans boundaries prayed as one. You could actually see John Lennon's Imagine happening across the world. You all remember John Lennon, don't we? Imagine a world without boundaries, no heaven above us, no hell beneath us. With all these silver linings, but there was one heart-wrenching sight, and that was the sight of the migrants, the sight of the underprivileged, the poor, walking from the metro cities upcountry to UP, Bihar, Assam, walking bare feet on the national highways, deserted national highways, with all their belongings, with no food, no water. Heart-wrenching. But yet, again, humanity sparkled. Absolute strangers set up stalls on the highways for them to give them food, beverage, also a luxury of a shower, change of clothes, as also footwear and cash in the hand for them for the way onward and to spend once they reach home. Humanity came up with all these problems, and God beamed better than before on his children, her children, his children, despite the fact that the traditional places of worship, like the temples, the churches, the mosques, the synagogues, were closed down. But we are praying from the heart. There's no lip service. We are praying for the heart, albeit selfish. We are praying that the other person doesn't get COVID, so that I don't get COVID. Selfish nature, yet it was a good start to start praying for the other person. The youth, whom we termed as We kept branding them as lazy, inconsiderate, selfish. How they made us eat a humble pie. They rose to the occasion by caring for the infirm, the elderly, and those who needed support. They also went out of their way to give dignity in death to those who were affected by COVID. We had to eat humble pie, didn't we? And what a lovely way they made us eat humble pie. Quietly. They did not say anything. They just did the deed. Our children whom we kept chiding for being addicted to being online, they were our go-to persons for ordering online. Because we have to order everything online now, from a pin to an elephant. The neighborhood shopkeeper, whom we had almost, because of us, had shut down his business because of the lure of our supermarkets, he became our ally. We needed him more, and yet he delivered at our residence groceries and provisions that we needed, and his business started flourishing again, and we forged a nice relationship with him again. With the flights and the train services starting, unknown celebrities dipped into their pockets and sponsored chartered flights for these migrants to go back home in comfort, also giving them clothes and cash for them to, for some more days, for them to live in their hometowns. And about our domestic service, with the plan from work at home, the man of the house and the children of the house had to do the household chores. They learned to not to take for granted the aches and pains of the lady of the house. And once the domestic maid servants, the servants, the drivers started coming back, they'll no longer be treated as slaves, they'll be treated as human beings. Because we realize how much effort they put into keeping our places neat, how much they put in the effort to cook for us, etc. We knew that. And that's something that we started respecting them as human beings and not as slaves. Those little people, those ambulance drivers, those nurses, those ward boys, all those little people whom we were cared for became angels in our eyes. They gained respect in our eyes. We started knowing what each person's role was after this pandemic. Finally, and amongst with all these silver linings, the finest silver lining was what Reverend Desmond Tutu always quotes, that nice Swahili term, ubuntu, interdependence. We cannot live without being interdependent on each other. John Donne, no man is an island, is a reality we have to accept. We could not live with our own self. We had to live, we had to be interdependent. We have to depend on others, and likewise. We learned humanity can only progress and flourish once we flock together. And this pandemic taught us a wonderful lesson that no matter what crisis this world faces, once we all flock together, humanity flocks together, we can face any crisis in the eye and progress happily. That's a great lesson we learned. Thank you. We embrace the twist of Corona. Now it's time to enjoy the turn. Thank you. Bye-bye. And good day.